The Ottoman Empire, the sick man of Europe, has teamed up with the UK, first world superpower, or hyperpower really, I guess you would call it. So yes, Britain is now propping up the sick man of Europe in today's NTW3 battlefield here today. So we have a glorious 4v4 with entirely like Egypt cores being used in this one. So all the cores you see here are from the Egyptian campaign. So I imagine we've got probably like a Dessou, a Napoleon over on the far side, and they are facing off against. We've got Abu Marak here as one of the Turkish. We've got Mustafa. We've got Bed, and I presume somewhere over here we also have an Abercrombie, or maybe not. We've got a Yusuf. So we actually only have one British army, and then we have a whole bunch of Turks, which is going to be very, very exciting. And we have got a little bit of a cavalry clash there. These light cav here trying to basically harass. Looks like some dragoons here. The dragoons managed to catch up with the Turks and managed to rout them. So there you go. First little bit of action. And a bit of action the Turks didn't really want by the looks of it. They got these just like sort of skirmish cav just out here. Just causing a bit of a harassment, just being a pain. They might return this. This one here is pretty healthy still. But I imagine there's going to be a lot of cav action in this one, especially because the Turks typically can bring a lot of cav, so I imagine that is probably how the French have sort of tried to respond where they can. I know their cores aren't cav heavy, but they certainly have got some decent ones. Certainly these like sort of allied mercenary like Arabic cav might be of quite good use. But yeah, this will be certainly fun to see. I'm guessing maybe for like balancing a cause, these are the ones that have been picked. Maybe bringing Abercrombie was maybe a little bit too strong, but I think he's only a 9 points, so I think they could have brought him instead of like Yusuf if they wanted to. But maybe the guys playing this one really fancy doing some Ottoman action for a change instead of seeing the red coats. But it's good to see them here still nonetheless. We've got Baird, pretty solid core, that's for sure. And then we got the French going in after the Lowenstein rifles, a little skirmisher cav there dealing with some skirms. But the Ottomans, I imagine, will deal with them. Ottoman cav over here, some Mamelukes. I don't know if they are actually Mamelukes, but yeah, they're trying to scare off another little cav unit there, and the French are going to get caught there. So, I mean, trading one cav for a skirmisher, don't know if that's really a great trade, but it's not a really good cav unit either. That you're like, yeah, these guys are going to go toe-to-toe with a normal cav unit, because they won't. There you go, volley going in from the British. They need to be careful not to friendly fire their own guys, which they have already a little bit there, blasting two of those four Cameronian foot there, the grey breeks getting blasted by their own side. Imagine that happening in history. To be fair, actually, like imagine, like sort of like you've trekked out to I don't know somewhere far and foreign abroad, maybe in Egypt, and you're like, oh man, I can't wait to see the world. And then like literally the first bit of action you see, you just get blasted in the back by your own team. You're so annoying. That is for sure. But yes, I hope you guys are excited for a bit more NTW3 action. This one I've been told is a really, really fun one, and it is with cores we don't often really see a lot of. We haven't done any sort of like Egyptian campaign scenarios recently. There aren't really many more to do. I think we actually have covered most of those. If we were to like take a category off of like battles that we've done for like pretty much that category, that area, I would say Egypt campaign, we are pretty much done. There aren't many more that I think we need to do. Same with 1815. It's another area that we've kind of like done quite a lot of. There isn't really any more major 1815 battles to do. There's a few skirmishes or small scale battles that we definitely could do for that one still, though, I guess. And the Neapolitan war as well against Austria as well we haven't done as many of. But anyway, less of what we haven't done. Let's get stuck into what we have right in front of us here. And we've got a bit of a cracker, that's for sure. I'm really looking forward to seeing this in action. I think this Abu Marak core is very much a guard core. They got the Solak La, which I was looking at actually when we were in the stream recently. They are a Grenadier. They're a Grenadier 5. They're a bow unit as well. They look like they have... Well, they got bayonets. I don't know really what's going on with these models, but they are a bow unit. Yeah, they got floating bayonets to the model, but they are a bow unit at the end of the day, and they're a Grenadier as well, so I'm excited to see how they go. And also this is a load of Janissaries here, which the Janissaries, if you know your Ottoman Empire history and sort of like your Ottoman army, the Janissaries are the personal bodyguard of the Sultan. So and basically the elite core of the Ottoman army. So those guys definitely are guards. There are plenty of them by this point. They're a pretty large organization. But the Sultan Kuralamari, whatever this is basically, it's going to be another Sultan bodyguard unit. Looks very elite. Very good. And then we do actually have some British 6-pound artillery here in a Ottoman corps. Didn't realize that was a thing. But there you go. But I have a feeling, yeah, this Abu Murak army, very small, probably very elite by the looks of it. It looks like Yusuf and the other one, the other Ottoman army are going to be bringing more of the mass. Ottomans here, as you can see, with their cav already sort of trying to pen the French in. Over here, we got, looks like, yeah, some Timurai Scipii cavs, so some good Scipis there. We've got what we've got over here, yeah, more like sort of just like massive cav units. I bet these could be broken pretty quickly, but just the sheer size of them is pretty scary for the French. And the Ottomans do have, where is it? It's somewhere over here. It's hidden in the trees. I can't see it. They have another little light cav here, just flanking on around. So this is obviously going for gen snipes. That's typically what that will be trying to do. Not a bad idea, to be honest, from the Ottoman player there. Might be one way that they beat the French here today. And a good charge there from some Chasseur Cheval. Has indeed routed a little skirmish there, but they're going to get responded by a charge from some Scipii cav, and they might get routed there. So, yeah, that light infantry there also assisting. But that has activated the French infantry back here, which will happily blast this pretty good cav unit, I'm pretty sure this is. And it's carrying on as well. Oh, it's going for guns. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Going in for the guns. Not a bad sort of deal there. I mean, they're going to get routed, but they're going to probably take the gun with them. And the Dragoons, yeah, going to make sure that cav stays gone. Don't know how good. It's a C4, so it's probably reasonably decent. That's a decent light cav there. But yeah, the Ottomans now getting into the fight. Abu Murak with his Janissaries, a big unit as well, 187-man units. They're big, bigger than probably what most of the French units are. That's sure. Though the French in the Egypt campaign are kind of famed for their size of units. There are some absolute whoppers. There are like some 300-man units, to be fair. So, actually, maybe I'll take that back. I'd say NTW3 typically, France, not got big units. But certainly, France, Egypt, got some big whoppers. I don't know if they'll be here today. I mean, these two on the end are looking pretty chunky, to be honest. So these ones. It'll be interesting to see how they do. I mean, they're winning slightly already at these Janissaries. They've got a good tree line that they occupy, got the high ground, which, if you know your Star Wars, Obi-Wan will tell you high ground's great. But yeah, it does look like the Ottomans, doing pretty well. Look at that, already orange lining some of these French. Really good result. And they've got more of these Solakar coming up. I don't know how good these guys are going to be. Do they need to be really in a line fight? Surely, like, you can sit them behind the enemy lines, just arc your shots. Since you're a bow unit. Oh my gosh, yeah, these French are getting pulverized. Look at that. I mean, I know that, like the French don't do shooting, but like you'd have thought with this mass that they'd be able to like contend with the Ottomans pretty well. But yeah, the Ottomans are losing like 10 or so guys in some units, but they're blasting those French. Look at that, that is devastating. We kind of need to zoom out actually, see the bodies a bit more. But yeah, look at that, there's a lot of dead French in like minute 1 of that line fight. Over here, looks like Britain's getting ready to deal with another French army. Britain, yeah, obviously another very good shooter faction. Not necessarily got the cav though. Certainly, yeah, cav in the Egypt campaign for Britain, not that great. I mean, generally, British cav, you know, expensive to bring if you're going to bring it. Looks like we're going to see another little cav charge over here. Oh, yeah, Ottomans just setting up some artillery, a really unsupported artillery as well. This is going to be one of the easiest kills of the game, I think. Unless pathfinding screws the French. And there you go, yeah, not really well protected there at all. Don't know why this cavalry wasn't sat pretty much on top of it. Bait in the cav, though. That's another cav for the French gone, and that's going to be some pretty precious stuff. That's for sure. But yeah, a bit of a waste losing that artillery, and it's a British artillery as well, so you'd imagine pretty solid. But the Ottomans do have some pretty disgusting artillery batteries of their own. We've got some massive Arabic conscript units here. These are 300-man units, I'm pretty sure as well, or certainly close to it, 300. Not necessarily great shooting, but they're just like, you know, there's just a lot of them. It's like the Landwehr sort of tactic that Prussia implements sometimes. You just kind of militia spams like Spain do. You just bring like a lot of guys, give them a musket, tell them to shoot in a general direction. They'll hit something eventually. And there's so many of them that taking it in a line fight, isn't necessarily advantageous. You end up just like getting bogged down fighting them and not really, you know, getting any progress. Right over here with his artillery, those 6-pounders here battering away at the French lights that we got here. They're I mean, I don't know if I like that color contrast. Green and then yellow trousers. Oh, dear. Whoever chose that fashion, that was not a good choice. But yeah, they're getting battered by the British artillery there, doing a good bit number there. I mean, the British, I think they're trying to contest for this high ground over here, to be honest. I don't know if they necessarily got it. Looks like they are firing uphill, to be honest. Yeah, they certainly look second best, the French, in positioning. Ottomans are bringing up more artillery. They've got some horse artillery here being set up. They look like large guns. 1.5, is that what I'm seeing here? Yeah. A tiny little battery, I guess. It's going to be great for a line battle. Wheel that thing up, and then you can get out of dangers just as quickly because it's horse artillery. Yeah, Ottoman lines getting matching up now with the French ones. Looks like both sides kind of worked out where each other is. France has got a big unit here. I think this is cavalry. Yeah, look at the dromedary corps getting ready into position there. Love to see that. That cav still in the back line over there. Hopefully it's not been spotted. No, it's still hidden. Though I imagine the French might be aware of it. I mean, if the French... I mean, this is obviously like, if you've got enough time to look at it, you might be like, how are some of my units being spotted? Like my artillery. Like, you might be thinking, how's this artillery being spotted? Maybe that you might think that the cav in front of you is seeing it, but you might think, how's such and such being spotted? They might start worrying that you've got cav in your back lines. Certainly if you're playing against certain players as well. Like, I know in some of these guys, it's the peep slot, send these ones in. Some of them are notorious for gen snipes getting cav in behind. If anything, it's always probably good practice to just make sure to have light cav out on your flanks, just to counter even your opponent doing it. Not necessarily if you're going to be aggressive, just to kind of sweep your flanks, make sure you've got no cav going around your back. 'Cause it can be pretty devastating. Like I said, one gen kill kind of screw your army, or maybe going for artillery or whatever it is, slow moving stuff like that. Easily picked off. Thought maybe we're going to see a charge here. I think we might be about to light cav here in a column formation, and right opposite the 6-pounder here. That might be getting ready to go run at the guns. We'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, pretty much just a good old line fight, which, like I said, I think benefits the Ottomans more, to be honest. Their guys are going to be better shooters. They can melee. I think some of their units can melee okay, and there you go. It's gone in. That light cav has gone in. He's got picked out. I think it must have committed, but the dromedaries have cut it off pretty quickly. Okay, it was a long way out. It was way out over there, and it's definitely come in. I don't know what it was going for. Going for a general? No, going for artillery. The dromedaries cut it off, but it's all part of the plan, and here comes the cav. So the light cav there baiting in the dromedaries. They can't then cover all these skirmishers who are going to be got here by the artillery Scipii. They're going to rout a couple of those units there. The cav over here going to do okay. Rear charge, though, from Ottomans into the Scipii might just damage their own hopes of winning that second melee there. Yeah, that's not really well done there by the Ottomans. It's a big unit to try and maneuver around. Dromedaries might still lose zone on a 2v1, but Scipii might take in unnecessary casualties, and it is redlining. So yeah, might be in trouble there. The light infantry here might try and get side shots, try and finish that off. Looks like the French cav over here, yeah, got routed by that big like Ottoman unit there as well. So that's not good. Cav now going to be swamping around this right-hand side here for the Ottomans. They're going to have to rely on the dromedaries here, which I imagine the camels have anti-cav capabilities. They usually do in most total wars. I imagine they must have some benefits versus cavalry. But yeah, they look like they might take the Scipii with them. Or maybe not. We'll come back to that in a moment. Anything else happening along the line? Not really, no. Looks like just some skirmishes getting routed here and there. Yeah, France still just sort of in a line fight with Britain, which is, yeah, not probably to his advantage. And there you go. The Ottoman cav did get out of that one pretty much scot-free. A bit of a, like I said, a bit of a mix-up there, charging into the back of their own lines. Probably lost additional Scipii that they didn't need to lose, but there you go. Really well done there by the Ottomans. Actually worked quite nicely, baiting yeah, the dromedaries out with the light cav, then charging in with the extra cav there. Looks like French dragoons did re-rally though, so the French might need to go. Sorry, the Ottomans might need to go back in on them. I mean, they could try now. It's a big unit. It's quite tired though. But France now deciding to fall back. He's got a nice sort of high point here. He can sort of uses a defense. Though it looks like France is shifting infantry across. I mean, yeah, if I was France, if you have squares, keep pushing forward. Because they've kind of got the Ottomans in a bit of a vice here. But at the same time, the Ottomans could be about to get the French in a vice if they're not careful. Like, they could fire upon the French from multiple directions. If only they had bows over here, and you could arc over, because you could definitely, like... If only arcing mechanic was a thing, that's for sure as well. We've got some more janissaries here. Anything that's got janissary, that's a janissary. So there are more janissaries here, but they're dressed a bit differently. They're squarables. Be quite handy on the flanks. But yeah, look at this. The French are getting battered. They're like redlining these guys so quickly. Evidently, I don't think anyone brought the Whopper unit. I don't think I've seen it. Oh, is this it here? No, it's not. Big old, I think it's bright pink is the unit I'm thinking of. If it's even in action. Oh, it's here. Well, it's one of them here. This is a pretty big unit. It's not the big unit, I don't think, but this is a big Whopper. Yeah, Britain over here is just in a good old line fight right now with France. Looks like France is trying to work his way forward. He's got grenadiers here that he's trying to negotiate behind this rock, and he's going to try and get them close enough so he can go in for a charge. I mean, if he charged the North Lincolnshire here, 195-man unit, that'd be a very risky one to go for. It's a huge redcoat unit. It really is. It's massive. Bigger than like most British campaign like armies you see. France has gone in for a charge here with Cav. Yeah, Dragoons going in. I mean, it's a bit risky, to be honest. Yeah, the Ottomans could have a fair amount of squares. They're not a faction that's renowned for not having them, a bit like maybe Austria. But I guess maybe the Cavs a bit of a screen trying to get the French infantry closer. But if anything, they're just getting closer to Ottoman lines here so they can blast them. I thought the French were going to go in. Haven't. They stood their line. Whether they're going to just get a volley off them, yeah, I think they're trying to get a volley off these irregulars. Now they should charge in with the infantry. But the infantry itself is also orange lining. For the French cav needs to be careful. Doesn't want a unit cross. Does not want a unit cross. I think it's going to go through this gap though, and it's going to try and go for the Ottomans here that are all bunched up. And there you go. The French actually didn't initiate that melee. I don't think. I think that was the Ottomans. Bit of a mess. Yeah, the French. I'd say that's pretty legal going through there. They are going to go for a charge. Squares weren't formable here. These are all pretty much like some of them are janissaries, but they can't form square. Some of them are getting some of this Cav is getting filmed. That's for sure. That's not so great. Cav going in there. French infantry now following up. Could this be the breakthrough that France needs? They've tried it over here as well. It looks like we've got British guns getting taken out there. French Cav repulsed. And I think France is going to take this opportunity with the squares being formed here by the de Wattevilles to try and get a bayonet charge off. British Cav try to counter there as well. Let's go back down the line. Yeah, France has got through this first little line of irregulars. Ottoman infantry here. The janissaries blasting friend and foe. They don't care. They just want to stop that French advance. Don't blame them. Ottomans here, yeah, they've had to kind of reform up because some of their irregulars broke. But they've got plenty of reserves, it seems to go in. And there you go, yeah. Ottomans kind of getting repulsed there. Back along the line. France looks like, yeah, he's having a lot more of a trouble here with these Brits. Scipii Cav over here supporting the Brits as well. Trying to break up that charge. And more Cav over here. The Mamelukes, or Mamelukes going in. And here comes more French cavalry going in. Dragoons going in. Looks like these Brits can form square, or chose not to. Infantry over here. Might be getting rear charged by its own cavalry, but it might help just be enough. Yeah, there you go. And French infantry here. Looks like those are the grenadiers that tried they came down the hill. Didn't quite manage to get the East Devonshires, but they have managed to sort of nearly get a partial breakthrough here. I mean, they nearly got it. They just need to get more mass up, but the French don't really have much in reserve over here, really at all. French infantry going in here. Don't think these are grenadiers. They look like light. They're fighting another, looks like a regular unit there for the Ottomans. These are the sort of units you need to be trying to target to try and break them. Because though they probably shoot pretty well, they've got pretty terrible morale, I think. Kind of their trade-off. And yeah, look at this. France has got the Ottomans on the run over here. They have the numerical advantage. This is definitely the point to make a push. Shame they don't have enough cav over here to make a serious advance as well. But yeah, look at it's a bit of a mass out here. To be honest, a little bit. Just like I said, a shame. France does not have the mass right now to continue this. We're going to see a light infantry getting picked off here by Ottoman cav that's coming in. Don't imagine that French infantry is going to last too long. Maybe it is. Maybe the Ottomans didn't fancy that charge in the end. Yeah, Britain's having to fall back. Reform up, boys. Get the yellow bellies into action. There, Jerry's going to have to maybe rejoin up with his Ottoman allies. And Ottomans are sending some troops over in that direction to sort of, yeah, fill in the lines. Again, the cav goes in. Looks like the French cav trying to counter the Ottoman cav. French infantry is going to rout. And I think the Ottomans are going to come out second best here. They're trying to pull out a melee. Shouldn't really be doing that. You're not really supposed to do that. Once you're in melee, you're in melee. Yeah, the Ottomans, yeah, kind of cheating, you'd say, a little bit there. The French might try and run them down, try and get rid of these guys once and for all. Again, the Ottomans are going to try and withdraw. General here, though, you could definitely try and get, yeah, Mustafa Pasha, and he is probably going to get got here, I think. Unless this French cavalry, yep, just breaks. That's very lucky. I think that was Mustafa Pasha there. Leading from the front, routing the French cav, but really they probably shouldn't have been routed. And really that Ottoman cav should be gone as well, to be honest. Back over on this side, it is getting very spicy here. The French are getting repulsed a little bit. Ottoman cav going in against the French. French are going to do the same thing as what the Ottomans did on the other side. They're going to try and pull out a melee by the looks of it. That's like a hussar unit there. Now they're going to strike. They're going to go in and try and get the charge off. That's very cheesy, I'll admit, there from the French player. And the French infantry is being blasted here. They're not going into melee. They're just standing their ground, getting right in the face of the Ottomans, and then getting shot for their crimes of being French. An Ottoman cav trying to go into the French infantry here, being chased by French cav. We're going to now see the activation of the remaining Ottoman cavalry here as they go in. Yeah, that Ottoman cav generally looked like it was about to pull through. That was crazy there from the Ottoman player. Generally, they actually, I think, were trying to pull that cav back through the French. That was wild. But they lost it, as they should. That was going to be an insane, yeah, like pull through there. That would have been, yeah, a no-no, put it like that. And it looks like, yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, the French are sending in cav, just kind of unsupported now, really quite a bit. And their infantry is they've sort of managed to get a pretty basic line setting up, but setting in just like French cavalry like this on its own, not, I would say, a good idea. Like I said, they still got some whoppers of units. This is a big unit here to come forward, and he's still got some more in reserve. They've got to go up against Abu Marak here, like in the middle, who's got most of those guard units, or certainly the very elite troops. Ottomans storming with the Solakar, the Solak archers, basically. Those guys are around since like the days of like Mehmed the Conqueror. But yeah, they're grenadiers technically, even though they're a bow unit. They're going in. Another crucial cav fight. Looks like it's going to be won by the French out here with their hussars. Yeah, just about cleaning up like these large units of Ottoman cav. They may be big. They haven't really got the quality though, and the French cav is managed to win a very key fight there on the flank. And then they've been forced back here, the French. They've certainly done some damage in some other departments for the Ottomans. Building captured. There you go. The archers actually managed to capture that building very quickly. What else have they captured? Oh, it's just the same building again. Fair enough. But yeah, they've managed to take that very easy. The French are sitting in some, well, looks like light infantry being stormed into that building. And I imagine that the grenadiers here should be fine. I imagine those archers are going to do absolute number in there. It's a pretty thin unit, so for the Ottomans now holding this line. This right flank here has kind of been going backwards and forwards. The the French artillery over here, this huge horse battery, 3-gun battery here, doing absolute number on the Ottomans. Each time they come forward, they get blasted. Ottomans have no guns because they lost them so early on over on this side. But yeah, they don't really have a response to that. The center for the Ottomans, though, is where they're pushing. As you can see here with the Sultan like bodyguard units. Again, another assailment here from the French. Looks like their infantry trying to break through. They've broken through one of these irregular units. Looks like they've got returning Ottomans coming in just in time because the French are going into battle column and they are twirling those bayonets and they're going to try and get through the Janissaries. Now that's going to be tough, that's for sure. Like I said, the Janissaries, some of the best troops around in the Ottoman army. But the French have got the belief in the Republic and Napoleon's on their side. So anything's possible. There they go, and they're going in a horrible brown colour. Forget how multicolored the French army is at this point. They've got reds, blues, greens, browns, pinks, a lot. don't know. Combat winning slightly. They're shooting the back of their own troops there, the French. They need to be careful of that. They can side charge if they want to here now, the French as well. They might need to go into this regular unit up here. And we've got some Ottoman cav shifting about as well in the back, whether I can find an opportunity to go in for somewhere. Big French unit here as well. This is a whopper of a unit. Let's take on the Sultan elite unit there. Yeah, there's quite a few like good units still knocking about for the French here. And they're going to send more in to try and take that building. French are redlining though over here. I think it's the side shots from these irregulars going in and helping to rout these guys. And yeah, the Janissaries, I think they're pretty solid in melee, to be honest. Takes a bit to defeat them. They are getting blasted though and redlining. That might cause this unit to rout here. And the French might just manage to seek a victory or not. The Ottomans have re-rallied. It is a combat gen at the end of the day. French cav going in, managed to take out what looks like a little skirmisher here, which is all well and good, but you're going to need to do a bit more than that. And the Brits are causing the French to fall back over here. The French, they were kind of pretty weak here after their initial assault. Britain is, I guess, in a line fight, just whittled these guys down. And they're now on the retreat, falling back towards their allies, who are also being broken here by Abu Marak. They're kind of wrapping up this side quite nicely. The centre, still a little bit in question, I'd say. The Janissaries of Abu Marak being sent over here. They seem like they're having a bit of a trouble here. It's a 3v1. It shouldn't really be happening. Technically, that's what you count as blobbing by that point. It's going to be a 2v1. But I guess this extra Janissary going in might just even the odds up here. They might rout that French unit immediately. Yep, and now they're in a 2v1. That other Janissary they're routing. Got General here. We've got Abu Marak. He's actually just trying to rally stuff. Whether the French could just, whether the French could just charge him, but I think they were going to try, but the Sultan bodyguard here protecting their general with their lives. They should rout that French unit quite easily. More French, allied Arab troops coming in to try and surround the Janissaries here. This is a 4-on-1. The Janissaries look like they're going to win because of the routing French troops around them. I think we're going to see Abu Marak maybe get charged. And, oh, he's got stakes! No! I was just going to say he needs to be careful of the stakes, but there you go. Abu Marak dies. And that actually might just... actually, that was lucky. I was going to say the Janissaries just about won that fight anyway. Just in the nick of time as Abu Marak died. That might affect the Grenadiers in there, maybe. But yeah, perfect time to lose him if there was a perfect time to lose your general, because yeah, Abu Marak's kind of won most other places along the line. The Ottomans are forcing them back. But yeah, what a mistake there. I mean, they're pretty obvious stakes. Well, relatively, I guess they kind of hit the dirt. But yeah, right by the house. And yeah, I think he was trying to maybe go around them. I don't know, pathfinding wise, trying to get around them, try and charge into the side and support his Janissaries. Didn't work and ended up costing Abu Marak his life. This fight over here still seems quite even though. The Ottomans here kind of like got a lot of irregular troops. And they're still facing off against this battery here. But it looks like that battery's life might be at an end. No cav to protect it. And we've got a re-rallied, well, actually there is cav to protect it, it's just not a help. Re-rallied Ottoman cav here is just about going to get rid of that gun, and that might just enable the Ottomans to advance forward now and seize the day on this flank. And we got the Hussars here, and maybe they're tired, they might not have been able to physically get over here in time, or the players just not noticed. But yeah, cav has routed, but it's done its job. It got rid of the guns, and now the Ottomans can advance. And we've got another general dead. French general in the middle somewhere. I guess he looks like it's the army that was fighting around this town here, around that house. They've just been run down by cavalry there. So that's another general gone there for the French. I think the French cause might be at an end. Unfortunately, those gunfights just were not really favourable for them at all. But yeah, I mean, they gave it a good go. They tried it with a few volleys. Didn't quite work in their favour. Britain here, I think he's kind of farming, kind of not. I mean, I think there was one of those units that go into melee with him. But yeah, they're now, the French are kind of mass routing in here. I think there is Ottoman troops in here as well, actually. Yeah, regular troops fighting. They're getting rid of the Frenchies there. I think we're going to see a general charge in here as well against some irregular troops. That might be the death of another French general, but he's got no army, I don't think. I don't think it really matters. But yeah, a very, very fun one nonetheless, and it's going to be a victory here for the Ottomans and the Brits. As the Ottomans show they are not necessarily the sick man of Europe, they still have a bit of a bite about them. There's another unit there getting routed that the Hussars managed to get, but they have since been shot. I wonder how much it had to do with their friendlies blasting at them there. But I think we're about to see a rear charge here, yeah, from this cavalry. They're just going to charge into the French infantry. Ottomans can also just come in from the other side. And then you can just sandwich these boys, turn them into a bit of a baguette. And they are filling these Frenchmen. Squares are going to be formed. They're going to save themselves from the cavalry, so the infantry can just blast them whilst they're in the square. So there's one fate or another. They are going to face death here today. Oh, they're going to charge into this unit. I didn't even see this one was alive. Oh, that one formed square apparently as well. And there you go, the cav route. And the French route. So there you go. I think that's actually a bit of a mass route there for the French. I think that is GG. Can't see another French unit alive yet on the battlefield anywhere or on the map. But yeah, it was a really, really fun one. I certainly did enjoy that. Hopefully the end results are up here for you to have a look at. This one was sent in, I believe, by Johnny Le Buffoon, who was playing as one of the Ottoman armies, I believe. So yeah, thank you very much, Johnny, for sending this one in. Very much appreciated. Yeah, Ottomans did a really good job. Pretty much just kind of held some pretty solid tree lines and high grounds in most areas. The Brits kind of got out-positioned a bit, but managed to, and certainly got broke through a bit. But the French just didn't have the mass to follow it up, to be honest. They had their infantry masses certainly on what I would call their left, the Ottoman right. They really stacked up on that side and tried to try and run through there as try and get the LOC, which they did hold for a bit, and so the Ottomans took it. But yeah, in the end, the French just kind of ran out of puff on that right flank of theirs, the British and Ottoman left. So even though they broke through the British line, they just didn't have enough to finish it up, to be honest, unfortunately for them. But we'll have a quick look at some of the unit stats. We've got Johnny here with one of his irregular units getting 203 kills, which is incredible. Got a Scipii Cav here with 161 kills. Some of his Janissaries getting 150 kills, 130 with another irregular unit. Some more regulars getting 112. Janissaries getting 184 kills. But yeah, there are the rest of his kills. If you want to have a look at those, not too bad at all. I think oh no, the general didn't get any kills. He's managed to stay out of the fight. Most of the other Ottoman generals saw a bit of action. But there you go, guys. That's today's NTW3 battle. If you did enjoy and want to see more gunpowder action, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment show your support. And maybe check out some of the videos appearing on your screen if you need a little bit more Napoleonic action in your lives. But until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.